Thanks for tuning in to the Life Mod Podcast with Dr. Gonzalez. My name is Dr. Gonzalez, and I'm going to talk just very shortly about you are what you eat and drink. That's the title of our short podcast today. You are what you eat and drink. We've all heard this. Obviously, we've all heard this phrase. You are what you eat. You are what you drink. But how much credence can you actually give to that phrase? I'm here to tell you today that now more than ever, this statement is absolutely true. In fact, I would go farther than that and say that this phrase is what determines how long you will live. That's a big statement. This phrase, you are what you eat and drink, determines how long you will live. As founder of LifeMod, my experience with food and food choices people make on a daily basis is substantial. It is also extremely shocking. Consider the following. Take note of your next meal. Actually look at the food you will be eating and ask yourself, where did this food come from? Was it alive? And if so, how long ago was it alive? Is it a marine-based animal? Is it a land-based animal? Was it in the wild, or was it kept in a confined space? What foods did it eat? Or if you're a vegetarian, where did it come from? Where was it grown? How long ago was it connected to the soil? How did it grow in the wild, or did it grow on a farm where pesticides and quote-unquote nutrients were added to the soil? I absolutely realize that most of us cannot answer any of these questions. It's become impossible to be able to answer any of these questions. That's how separated we are from our food source. That's exactly how distracted we've become from our food intake. In our society, where fast is good and bigger is better, we're just content with eating. We don't have time. We don't worry or even care where the food comes from, where it was prepared, or even how it was prepared. I recently went to visit my parents in southern New Mexico, where they still live in the same house that I grew up in. My father still grows all the vegetables and fruits and herbs in his garden, and even though they no longer keep animals like chickens and pigs like they used to when I was younger, we still have extended family that do, so these chickens not only give them meat, but they give them eggs as well for the family. But what they put in their mouths comes from their backyard. They're so connected to their food source. It's no surprising that both of them are healthy and into their almost 80s. They truly know where this food's coming from, how it's prepared, because my mother prepares it. And this is really, truly the way we should be eating and living. I know you guys are out there saying, you're laughing, saying absolutely this cannot be us now. Obviously we've moved on, but I realize that most of us don't have this luxury of raising our own food and growing our own vegetables, but we do have the ability to choose. Get involved in your local farmers markets. Buy food that's fresh and prepare it as soon as you can. Don't eat anything that has been packaged or comes in a can. Ask if any hormones or pesticides have been quote unquote added to your food. When you go out to eat at a restaurant, research the restaurant beforehand and find out how organic and fresh it really is, where their food sources come from. Most restaurants nowadays have the farm to table concept deeply ingrained in their motto, and a lot of these very health conscious food restaurants are actually giving information out as to where the food comes from. It's where they're getting their meats and where they're getting their vegetables, and they actually can name you the farmer and the farm and provide information for you. This is the awareness that we're looking for. This is the consciousness that we're looking for not only you, but the restaurants and the places where you eat. At LifeMod, one of the 5 pillars we live by is nutrition. It's part of our human design. Believe me when I tell you that you will never be truly healthy if your food intake is haphazard and unplanned. You need to know everything you put into your mouth. You need to make great choices. You need to eat with a purpose, what we call mindful eating in LifeMod. After all, the best machine is you, and the fuel it needs cannot be second best. It is the food that you eat today that forms the health that you want tomorrow. And as we say at LifeMod, Victim Vestri Vita.